Hey, welcome back, subscribers, to my world of stocks, and welcome back to our weekend institutional buyer series, where every weekend we look at big stocks being purchased by some of the largest investors in the world. And this time we're actually looking at the big tech giant Google, who's become so massive that they actually go around buying other stocks too. Well, not only did they spend over $1 billion recently on three individual stocks, but all three of them were actually brand new additions to their portfolio. So it's pretty crazy stuff. You know that we got to take a look at these. And I'll, of course, be sharing my own opinion on each one of them along the way. And I'll let you know, too, if I'd even consider buying any of these stocks myself to follow in Google's footsteps. So make sure you hit that like button and especially the hype button down below. So those two things really help me really help keep my channel alive, really help support the channel in a lot of ways, and it just means a lot to me. So thank you so much for that support, my friends. But with all that said, let's just go ahead and jump straight into this list. All right, and kicking things off here with purchase number one. This brand new pickup here actually just dethroned Google's previous top holding, now becoming their number one largest investment. Pretty crazy. And that was in CME Group, ticker symbol CME, which Google poured a staggering $1 billion into last quarter alone. Now, if you guys are not familiar with CME, they're actually the largest derivatives marketplace in the entire world, as they operate major exchanges like the Chicago Board of Trade and the New York Mercantile Exchange, among others, too. Well, essentially, what this means is that whenever massive amounts of futures and options contracts are traded, well, CME is usually the one that is executing and clearing all of them. In fact, they hold a virtual monopoly in this space, accounting for roughly 90% of the entire US futures market share. So, why on earth is a tech giant like Google buying up a financial exchange like this? Oh, well, it actually comes down to this huge 10-year partnership that they formed together, where CME is completely relying on Google Cloud to host its trading systems. In other words, CME is leading this giant cloud based and AI driven transformation in the financial sector, while Google is basically investing in the very company that is paying them to power that shift, making this a great ecosystem play for Google. Plus, from a pure business standpoint, CME is actually an incredibly strong cash generating machine, as their technology driven platforms are so asset light that they're able to boast gross margins up in the mid 80% range. And more recently, they've been absolutely feasting on global uncertainty. See, whenever the economy gets unpredictable or volatile, like it definitely has been, more recently, well, institutions and retail traders make more trades, which, by the way, just led CME to their fifth consecutive record year in average daily volume, and a retail customer base that just topped 600,000 users, thanks to intermediary apps like Robinhood, for example, connecting these traders to their infrastructure. Personally, I think that this is a very solid pickup for Google. CME tends to be a very strong performer long term, and they have a fantastic wide moat business that allows them to pay some pretty attractive dividends too, which, by the way, if you Google that dividend yield, you'll see that it's only less than 2%. But what that's not taking into account is that CME actually pays a special dividend once per year based on how much excess cash they generated. And according to Seeking Alpha, that estimation would raise the yield to north of 4%, which is much more attractive. Now, I get that the business can be a little boring, but I think it's a pretty reliable stock for those that are looking for this specific type of piece in their portfolio. Now, I'm still not adding shares myself, though, only because the valuation is so high, with a PE and PEG ratio that currently trade around 1 to 200% higher than the sector, respectively. And given how high the broader market already is, I'm just not looking to pay that high of a premium for a financial exchange stock when I just see better growth opportunities elsewhere. So it is a pass for me, but I think definitely a smart strategic move here by Google to be buying the stock. All right, now moving right along to purchase number two. This is another brand new addition for Google, but this one operates in a completely different sector. It was honestly pretty surprising to see it on this list, but that was Ethos Technologies, ticker symbol Life, which Google purchased over $42 million worth in the quarter. Now, if you've never heard of Ethos, I don't blame you at all because this life insurance company actually just barely went public only a few months ago under the very fitting ticker symbol LIFE, for which it appears to currently be up around 25% over that time. But how did a tech giant like Google even get involved here? Well, Ethos history actually goes back many years ago when Google's venture capital firm GV had invested in them alongside some pretty surprising celebrity names too, like Will Smith, Robert Downey Jr., and even Jay-Z. So when Ethos finally IPO'd this year, Google was a primary backer with a now public position of close to 4 million shares. So, what exactly does Ethos do, and why were all these big names so interested in it? Well, there was called an insurtech company, one that runs a platform for selling life insurance, which allows customers to buy term life insurance online in just under 10 minutes without the need of a traditional medical exam, which they're able to do, by the way, thanks to their machine learning and data science technologies that they claim have completely modernized their entire underwriting process. The result of which, at least so far, has been some pretty strong financial performance. While a lot of other insurance startups have either gone bankrupt or been acquired for pennies on the dollar, Ethos focused heavily on reaching profitability, where they actually turned a net profit by mid 2023. And in their most recent quarter, they reported their revenue jumping an impressive 100% year over year. However, despite the strong growth and the early backing of Google and Sequoia Capital, I have to be honest with you guys. When I was researching this stock for this video, I had a pretty hard time finding deep and reliable coverage on the stock. And because they are such a brand new IPO essentially, there just isn't a ton of long-term public data or wide Wall Street analyst coverage available yet to easily dig into. Which for me personally, it just makes it too much of a headache to own in my own portfolio, where I already hold probably too many stocks as it is, to where I don't really think that I could handle another one like this that I'd have to be keeping such close track of and always having to dig through the internet just to stay up to date on it. I like to have tons of readily available data right at my fingertips whenever I am investing in a company. And so for now, Ethos will have to be a pass for me. But it is still pretty cool to see one of Google's early venture bets finally hit the public markets, and it's a pretty unique one at that too. All right, now finishing off the list here with purchase number 3, we have another pretty interesting brand new pickup here, who also just barely IPO'd this year too, and it operates in the fintech space, and that is PayPay Corporation, ticker symbol PAYP, PayP, which Google bought nearly $67 million of in the quarter. Now, like I said, this one too just barely went public this year, where it appears to have fallen about 10% during that time. And just like Ethos, they also operate in the fintech space, but in a very different part of the market, as PayPay is actually a leader in Japan's digital payments industry, where they command a giant 64% share of the country's QR code based payments market, with over 72 million registered users on their platform, which is roughly 60% of Japan's entire population. So it's super popular there. And they are currently riding a pretty large macro tailwind too, as the Japanese government has been aggressively pushing for some time to transition their economy away from cash, hoping to push their cashless penetration from its current 42% rate all the way up to 80% over the longer term. Another thing that's interesting about PayPay, though, is that unlike many other high growth tech startups, Pay is already highly profitable, generating about $650 million in profit over just a 9-month stretch last year, which they are using now to aggressively transform themselves into a full blown financial super app, expanding beyond just payments and into banking, insurance, investments, and more, which Wall Street seems to be taking notice of, as the company is not only backed heavily by the global tech powerhouse SoftBank, but even Cathie Wood and ARK Invest swooped in to buy hundreds of thousands of shares on their very first day of trading too. However, despite the profitability and the massive backing, I am going to be passing on this one myself for almost the same reason that I passed on Ethos, as this is a brand new IPO that operates entirely in a foreign market without much readily available data for me to analyze and stay, very up to date on. I do think that they'll receive much more coverage from analysts in the coming months and especially years, especially compared to Ethos. I think this one will be a little more popular, in my opinion. So I'll probably be more willing to jump in maybe in the future. But for now, I just feel that I would need to do a ton more research about their market, their users, their competitors, and more before I even think about dipping my toes into this stock. But I completely understand why Google is investing in them, as they're getting in early, really, on a profitable, dominant market leader that is riding a government backed wave toward a cashless society that could end up being a very smart play for a giant like Alphabet. But hey, what do you guys think? Do you own any of these three stocks yourselves? Are you staying away from the new IPOs for now? And let me know too if you agree or disagree with anything I said. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below in the comment section. Overall, though, I think it's incredibly interesting to watch Google use their massive cash pile to step outside of just search and advertising and really start making these strategic bets on financial exchanges, insurtech, and even foreign digital payments, all of which I think will probably work out fine for them long term. But either way, I thank you for stopping by. I hope that you enjoyed the video. I hope you're all doing well. I've got more videos coming for you guys very soon, so stay tuned. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Take care, my friends. All right, bye-bye.